Hey guys, I just finished recording the last reel of the first half year. Did I say recording? I just finished editing the 31st of August, which is going to mark the first 6 months of daily content. And it is kind of crazy for me. It is only the 3rd of July, so I'm doing this quite early because I'm going on a vacation soon. And so I don't want to have to do it while I'm away. But what's so crazy to me is that I don't feel like it's been very long since I set myself this goal of posting daily. And so it feels kind of crazy to know that now all the videos have been made, so I just have to upload the rest of them and then they're good to go, you know. It's been crazy. It's been such a wild experience to try, and it's been very much so outside of my comfort zone. It's been difficult, that's definitely true. Having to stick with doing the hard, the tough, the boring work on the days you don't feel like it. A lot of long weekends recording and editing while studying and working as well otherwise. So it's definitely not easy, but it's quite simple. But I'm glad that I've made as much planning as I have. That's definitely helped me tremendously. And I'm grateful to myself for having done this and having gotten now the experience that I have going forward. So one of the last videos was about the results that we got from the first 6 months. And of course there is a caveat though in the fact that there's almost 2 months between the fact that I've recorded it and edited now and when it's airing, right? So a lot can happen in the meantime, and I am going to try upping the captivity of the content from here on. So we're starting to use music, better captions. I'm trying to see if I can start using some B-roll in order to make the videos more captivating and a higher level of quality in order to retain people's eyeballs for a longer period of time, right? So now we've done a lot of quantity so far, even though it's only been half a year. But now I'm trying to move into upping the quality as well, because the goal for the year is still to sell 1,000 shirts, or the 1,000 shirts, right? And to gain 10,000 followers on the profile. And I know we can do it. It just needs significantly more reach and traction, which means that it's not enough just to make a lot of small and more mediocre videos. I actually have to put a lot more effort into making sure that the videos get a lot of attention, right? And it is shared and commented on more. So sound, B-roll, captions, these are some of the things, maybe text to speech, that I'm going to look at going into September. So I'm going to take a look at it in August, I think. Yeah, so working on the reach, the attention, and then we soon have the first framework that's going to come out and be public, which is, for now, it's being called 13 Steps to Unlock Your Full Potential. However, I'm not sure if it's gonna have another name when I actually publicize it, but that's exciting. That's been going on for a long time now as well. I love putting my energy into that, seeing the potential that it can have for people who might be struggling with these things. So that's very exciting. And then I'm working on setting up Notion for the operations of the brand, which seems to have a lot of potential, but it is, I sort of also have slightly to get used to it. I've just been managing everything in Word and Excel and Docs, Google Docs. So there are some things that I have to learn, but I think it'll be a huge help. I just wrote in my journal that it's nice that I'm able to collect more of the processes and works and goals together instead of having to find everything separately. So I think that's a great step forward. At least we'll see, and I'll try it out, because productivity and management, information management systems are definitely a huge help if used correctly. I'm hoping that these new initiatives will make sure that we gain some more views and then more followers, and then from an increase of followers, I'm hoping to see an increase in the traffic on the website. And so today is actually also the 60th day from doing the rule of 100, where I would send out DMs to as many people as possible, below 100 on Instagram with various messages. But I've put that on pause because it looks like the account has been shadow banned multiple times. And the fact that the algorithm are disprioritizing or down prioritizing my content when doing so. So I feel like in order to gain more views and gain more followers and then traction and traffic on the website, it's better for me not to do the messages right now, but try to do that when we have more followers. So those were some of my main thoughts. One of the last videos, I think it was the fourth or the fifth last video, was like sneak peek into some of this behind the scenes material, right? When I rewatched the first ever behind the scenes content material I had recorded back in Singapore, I almost fell off my chair laughing. It was so funny to hear the ceiling fan I had, how loud it was, to see how hot and humid it looked, and third, just how insecure and bad my English was at speaking in front of a camera, at least. So that was quite hilarious, and it's amazing to look back on that and reflect upon how far I've already come. And I guess that's the purpose of doing this documentation. It is to be able to look back and see from where you started and to where you're going, and determine, what's all the progress you've made and how far you've come, and both to be grateful but also to look at where should I be going from here. Hey everyone, as of not long ago, I've started using Notion, as you can see on the screen, in order to manage the business, in order to manage our project, in order to manage our projects, tasks, content, ideas, to-do lists, just keeping stuff more together, because previously I just used Apple Notes for everything, or Google Docs or Word, having things spread out across multiple locations. But now I'm trying to collect everything so that when we grow as an organization and as a brand, then it's going to be much easier having all the information and all the data in one place. I thought I'd just give you a short rundown of how I've structured it and how I'm using it, thinking that might be of some benefit to some of you. So here you see the dashboard for the business. We have our banner here and our logo. We have some of our main values: set goals, execute, repeat. I want to make sure that I'm always reminded that we care about the success of our customers, that we wouldn't have a business without them, and that we don't settle for average results. Then we have our short-term goals for 2023, which are having sold 1,000 shirts of our original collection. Other than that, we have our 10,000 followers on Instagram. We are at 189. And then of course we have the charity goal of being able to donate $5,000 to Street Child, with $5 for every shirt going to the charity. And then looking down on the dashboard, we see the ongoing projects down here, which is 13 steps to unlock your potential, which is a framework that I'm currently working on, which is going to be released soon at the end of August, I'm imagining. And here are some of the immediate tasks that are going into that project, which I have to work on soon. So that's kind of the dashboard, all of the top level information I would need. And then we have company strategy and goals, the short-term goals. Right now, the long-term goals are only that we're going to do 5 collections, where at least one is going to be based off of you guys' suggestions and values and maybe quotes. I don't know what kind of designs we're going to do yet. And then we have, of course, our ongoing project here, and then all tasks here, and then sorted by, or here they're not sorted by project, but here they're split into, and they're grouped by whether they're not started, in progress, or completed. We have our content page. Here are some of the things. So I actually just recorded and edited some of the last videos for the first half year of our accountability challenge. And so here are some of the reflections and learnings that I've done that I'm going to implement for the next half year, like being closer to the camera, making sure I have a microphone, looking at, can we do some better thumbnails, using more B-roll, and utilizing stories more. And then down here we have some content ideas, like specific video ideas, which are pulled from just the general ideas page by tag, right? Here we have an upcoming funnel, but that's pretty much the setup. Then for myself, for my personal life, so to speak, I have personal victory, some quotes that I use every day, and then some personal goals, which are like for this year, for the next 5 years. This is my weekly agenda, so I keep a weekly to-do list. It's based on tasks that I have to complete in order to fulfill the ideal week, making sure that I complete all my priorities and get the right work done. So this is both based off of work and personal commitments and so forth. But that's basically it. We're using Notion in a very light manner, also just the free version for now. As I've heard multiple people say, because I did quite a bit of research going into using this tool, and what they're saying is, of course, it's nice to have a specific setup that caters to your needs, which is what I've tried to do with the dashboard and the specific pages that are somehow interlinked. However, a lot of people also mentioned that you shouldn't make it too detailed and too heavy on the setup right when you get started. Instead, you should just continue to build on it as you go and as your needs grow for your organization or how you structure it. Because in the beginning, as you saw, like right now for me, for instance, I primarily need to keep track of my goals, which projects I'm running, future projects and ideas, and which tasks I need to perform right now in order to complete my projects, right? So there's no reason for me to have a huge setup with wikis and policies and all sorts of other stuff that are part of a business as well. This is mostly used for project management, I would say, and like company values and the goals, of course. And so as you saw that I'm working on a new framework, which is going to come out very soon at the end of August, which is going to be free for everyone to try. It's going to be a framework in order to help you gain self-mastery. More on that later, but I've put a lot of effort into this. I think I've spent somewhere between 130 and 150 hours so far. I truly believe that it can help you get closer to your dreams by helping you get out of the bad habits that have led you to the life you live right now. I'm hoping you're willing to give it a try when we release it. If you found it interesting, if you would like to see more of this sort of content where I show you guys like what are the actual operations, what are the things I use, what are my thoughts for using it, please let me know in the comments or send me a DM. It means the world to me that you guys support this, and I'm creating this brand in order to spread some love in the world and help more people boost their productivity to get the lives they want. And so if you like this video or if you found value, please leave a like, drop a follow or a comment, whatever you prefer. Both are going to help us, and stay disciplined.